Hi class, my name is Christian Kabahug. This video presentation is based on chapters 11 and 12 on the topic careers in kinesiology. I'll be covering a few things on exploring different careers, things that help me with decision making, and a plan that I pretty much set to help me reach that goal. Before I talk about exploring career options, I'm going to talk about a little bit about my past. I started being physically active at an early age with my dad playing sports and weightlifting, and also with my siblings, so I was pretty exposed to it at an early age, all the way up to junior high and high school, where I was playing basketball, baseball, volleyball, tried many different sports. No specific reason, it was more on just being interested in being active or playing outdoor sports. It eventually led me to wanting to be more fit, getting into weightlifting, got membership at a gym. Actually, before I got membership at a gym, I started working out at home, and it led me to getting a gym membership. Now, all of my past experiences got me into thinking after I graduated high school on the path I should take, and I went to school for criminology, to become an auto mechanic, and it wasn't clicking as much as I wanted it to. From there, I started to explore my career options. I figured, you know what? I'm into fitness, I'm into health, why not do something in that field? And so for the first option I looked into was occupational therapy, or the position would be occupational therapist. So what they do is they treat injured, ill, disabled patients through therapeutic use of everyday activities. They're also known to help these patients develop, recover, improve, as well as maintain the skills needed for daily living and working. So in short, help with fine motor skills. So help with brushing, eating, writing, and so on. Very good pay. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 2018, their annual median pay was $84,270 per year, which is really great. It's 4 years undergrad, majoring in either sociology, human physiology, biology, kinesiology, and then going on to 3 years of grad school to receive a master's, and eventually you would have to pass an exam to get licensed. I didn't want to limit myself, so I went ahead and I was thinking, you know what? Can I do something a little bit easier, maybe not so technical? And I figured, why not? You know, I have siblings, I have kids of my own now, and so why not be a PE teacher, physical education teacher? Very simple. All you need is your bachelor's in physical education or kinesiology, and then you just need to receive a teaching license. The pay is very, very good as well. Annual pay, according to payscale.com, is $43,197, and what they do: instruct students about sports, teach them about nutrition, help with physical development, and so on. Going back to working out and lifting, I had a few injuries, not too major, a few minor ones. Did go to a chiropractor. I had a great experience with that, so I kind of looked into that, which is my third option. And what they do is they treat patients with health problems, nerves, bones, muscle, ligaments, and tendons. Their salary, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2018, their median pay was $71,410 per year. And for school, you would need to earn a Doctor of Chiropractor degree and get a license in it. The program would be about 4 years to complete and 3 years of undergrad. As far as OT and chiropractor, very similar as far as the amount of years you would need to take, but I didn't take any of these options. So what I did was I chose physical therapy. Before I talk about what physical therapy is, I want to tell you why I chose this career path. I injured my knee playing basketball, had a meniscus tear, and went to physical therapy. Didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, this is really great experience, rehab, icing, heating, and so on. Re-injured my knee again for the second time at work, ACL strain, experienced physical therapy again, out of work. That was when I started to be more exposed into the field, the environment, different ages. The environment was great, people were great, and I got pretty close to my physical therapist. that was around the same time I was choosing my career path. I still didn't know what I wanted to do, but I really wanted to figure out what I wanted to do at that point. So I asked the physical therapist, what would you say is the most memorable, or not memorable, more like rewarding thing about this position? And she said, it's not the money, it's definitely being able to help someone and see them smile. For someone with an injury, see them be able to feel normal again, or an older person feel young again. And that was something that she can live with every single day. And that was when it hit me, that's what I want. It's not necessarily about the money, it's more about being able to go to work and enjoy something that's very rewarding to you each and every day. You know, you're gonna have your tough days. Overall, it's definitely gonna get you through the day and through the rest of your life, being able to help others. Going on to physical therapy, what they do is they help injured or ill people improve their movement and manage their pain. These therapists are often an important part of rehabilitation, treatment, and prevention of patients with chronic conditions, illness, and injuries. So in short, they help with gross motor skill. In contrast to the OTs, they help with throwing and bigger muscle parts. So throwing, jumping, walking, lifting, and so on. Some of the courses you need to take is kinesiology, anatomy, physiology, biology, chemistry, physics, so all in that field. Their median pay annually would be $87,930. For school, you would need 4 years of undergrad, 3 years of the PT program. For your DPT, which is also known as Doctors of Physical Therapy, you would need to pass your NPTE, which is your National Physical Therapy Examination, to get licensed. Hours of work, it really depends on the job setting you choose to work at. Typically, it would be during the day, around 8 to 10 hours. As far as pros and cons, for the pros, the salary is great. There's also variety of places you can work at, and you can start your own practice if you don't want to work at a hospital or a clinic. Cons, I would say you're gonna spend a lot of time in school, but if it's something that you're passionate about, something that you really want to get into, I'd say it's definitely worth it. Very demanding physically, because you would need to be able to lift patients up each and every day, be strong enough to carry all the equipment and help move patients from one place to another. Another thing would be the renewal of licenses, so you would have to constantly renew your license. And then the cost of education. The last thing would be difficulty dealing with patients. Now, all of this isn't for every PT, but this is just in general. You have to realize that a lot of the patients have these injuries. Some of them have been having it for a very long time. They're stressed because some of them can't work or be in their daily routine. It could be really tough mentally, having to deal with them. And as long as you're patient, from what I've researched and all that and experienced, pretty challenging, but if you're patient, then it'll be fine. I eventually did a few things to help assist me in making my career choice, and that's watching YouTube videos, doing my research online, talking to different PTs or people in that field. How can you get some experience while you're in school? Or how can you make money in this field while going to school? I was volunteering a few years ago. I am going to be working at a clinic in about a month or so. A clinic that I volunteered at. I'm gonna be working there as an aide. What I did was I went on Craigslist. This is a tip that you can use for any job. I went on Craigslist and Yelp. I searched physical therapy. I called or emailed every single company. I mentioned how I wanted to volunteer or apply as an aide if they had a job opening. But for many of the companies, they didn't, at the time, they weren't hiring, but they were accepting volunteers. So it got me in the door. Right away, I got contacted within a few hours. It wasn't even a day that passed. And so I was able to volunteer and get my experience through that. What jobs will hire graduates in this field? You can work in hospitals, rehabilitation centers, clinics, schools, fitness centers, or nursing homes. So you have many job options. That's something you definitely don't have to worry about. How can you get ahead of everyone, and what can you do to help prepare yourself for this career? Like I said earlier, do your research in Google. That's what I did. Look everything up. Any questions that you have about physical therapy, look it up. Watch YouTube videos, experiences that other PTs had, or physical therapy assistants had, or aides had, even based on the patient's point of view. Listen to podcasts. There's a lot of podcasts that you can listen to talking about their experiences, pros and cons, and how it's changed your life. Second would be meeting with the counselor. Definitely have to meet with the counselor. Set up a roadmap so you have a clear vision of where you want to go. You don't want to just take a bunch of classes and based on your own knowledge, and just in case you might be wasting time in semesters taking classes that you don't really need to reach this goal. Third would be, again, to intern, get hands-on experience and see how it feels in the environment. As a patient, I felt like that was something I really want to do. Interning really confirmed it. I was able to interact with all the patients every single day. It was so rewarding. I loved it so much, and I still do. Talking to PTs, they quiz me all the time, asking me different anatomy questions. And not only that, but just talking about how they got into the position of being a PT. Another thing would be to speak with professionals, just like that, talking to PTs. But if you're not volunteering or you're not an aide, just talk to PTs. If you have any friends or family, or you can, social media is huge. You can always message their PT or physical therapy assistant or an aide and talk, get some tips on what to do, and and hear their story out. Another thing would be to apply what you learn on yourself and to others. Meaning, for me, I have foam rollers, I have things for trigger point therapy, bandages, ice packs, heat pads. So I would say get into that, do that for yourself. Even if you don't need, after workout, you can practice icing, stretching, foam rolling, massaging. Do that to your friends or family. Get that get that hands-on experience if you can't volunteer for a clinic or so. And see how you feel about that. See if that's something you can see yourself doing every day. And don't think about, how much money you're making, but think about what exactly you're going to be doing every day, and apply this and see if it comes naturally and if that's something you really enjoy. Entry levels you could do, like I mentioned before. Physical therapy aide. All you need is your diploma. Annual salary in 2018 wasn't too much. About $26,240, but again, it's not really for the money. It's more just to get your feet in the door, get your hands-on experience. What you do as an aide, you just work under supervision of physical therapists and physical assistants. You provide direct care to patients using massages, exercises, help with balancing and building strength. Another entry-level job would be physical therapy assistant. All you need is your associates. You complete a PTA program, you can get and take the exam to get licensed. The 2000 median annual pay for that would, based on Bureau of Labor Statistics, I'll post all my resources after, would be $48,090. What the assistants do, they work under direction and supervision of physical therapists. They help patients who are recovering from injuries and illnesses regain movement and manage pain. Last but not least, what skills do you need and what type of personality do you need to have for this job? I would say health and fitness related. So nutrition, learning about nutrition, strength and endurance training, physique, basic anatomy. Do your research. You don't need to physique. Okay, maybe you don't need that, but it's good to be well-rounded and have knowledge in everything, especially your basic anatomy. For me, I'm taking my exam next month, or actually 3 weeks from now, my NASM exam. I'm already a certified personal trainer, but I'm getting my second certification just to help me get into the PT program. So this is all part of reaching my goal. So another step. So just getting into that field. I already have clients at the moment, so I'm getting that interaction, talking to them about rehab. It's not always about losing weight, building muscle, and doing exercises, but it's also applying what I know through PT. As far as the personality, I would say is teamwork, patience, have strength, like physically be able to lift, be technical, sociable, caring, and remember that it's not about the money. To break that down a little bit, I would say be technical as far as what you do with everything, because that's what you're going to be doing in that environment as a PT. You can't just go based on how you feel, but you have to go based on science, what you've learned by the book, because that there will really help you with these patients who have these injuries, and you don't want to, take that risk of not being technical and not knowing exactly what you need to do. Patience, mainly patience as far as dealing with, angry, sad, just emotional patients with these injuries. You want to be able to handle that and know that, if you think about if you're in their position, how would you feel and how would you want to be treated? Teamwork, you can work by yourself if you had your own practice, but I mean, you're most likely going to be having a team, working with other PTs, aides, assistants, breaking down the job duties into smaller groups for each person, because it's gonna be crazy. You're gonna have a bunch of clients or patients, and you want to make sure that you're able to work with all the team members in that company to take care of every single patient. Caring, I would say that's the biggest thing. Like I said before, that was one of the main reasons why I'm getting into this field, is because that being able to care and help others, help others is so rewarding. But you can do that with so many jobs, right? But this is for me because I feel that it's based on my skills, my past experiences, everything that I've been through, what I enjoy, being into weightlifting, playing sports, and having previous injuries, everything that I know that this is exactly the route I want to take, and because I care about helping people so much and making them smile, making them feel normal again, making them feel young again, it's probably one of the greatest things ever. So try this out. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this wasn't too long. I don't know how long this is, but hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully I covered everything. It's kind of scattered, but yeah, definitely look into physical therapy. Again, do your research, talk to other PTs, and figure out exactly what you want to do, how you're gonna do it, and just get there. Thank you guys.